boys and girls. Welcome. I am Miss Kim, and I want to share with you a very special book about flight adventure through aviation history. Let's follow along in this book and learn a few fun facts about flight and various aircraft. Are you ready? Let's begin. This book is illustrated by Ed Meyer and written by the 5 Mile Press. Okay, here we go. Up, up, and away. It's a beautiful, clear day, and a big blue skies await. Climb into your magnificent flying machine and get ready to see the earth from way, way up in the air. There are lots of different flying machines of all different shapes, sizes, and speeds. Yours is called a biplane. It was one of the first types of aircraft, and in the early days of aviation was one of the most popular ways to fly. Leonardo da Vinci, the famous artist and inventor, made some of the earliest studies of flight. He drew plans for a flying machine he called an ornithopter. And though da Vinci never actually built the machine, the modern helicopter is based partly on his design. Watch out for that flock of birds. Over the years, many people have studied birds in the hope of learning the secrets of flight. But don't start flapping just yet. Without feathers and wings and the right sort of body, flying like a bird is almost impossible. One of the earliest flying machines that could carry a person was a glider, invented by a German engineer named Otto Lilienthal. His first glider looked like 2 very large fabric wings with a wooden bar for carrying the pilot, much like a modern-day hang glider. Do you see that at the bottom? There it is. Similar to that is what they're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, let's see if I can separate those pages. There we go. Look at that hot air balloon drifting past. It can't travel quite as fast as your plane, but floating along in the suspended basket is a pretty fun way of seeing the sights. Heating up the air inside the balloon causes it to rise. Letting the air heat and cool is the main way that the pilot has of controlling the height or altitude of the balloon. The first hot air balloon was invented by 2 French brothers. They used a big silk bag attached to a basket with a fire blowing hot air to make the balloon rise. The first passengers in their colorful silk balloon were a sheep, a chicken, and a duck. That would be a sight to see, wouldn't it? Phew! Your engine can get pretty noisy up here. Hot air balloons and gliders were the first flying machines to launch people into the air, but they couldn't travel very far or fast. 2 Americans, the Wright Brothers, made the most important flying invention in history when they designed, built, and flew the very first airplane powered by an engine. No engine existed that was both light enough and powerful enough for the Wright Brothers plane. So they designed and built their own engine. Their first flight lasted only 12 seconds. Both the Wright brothers were amazing mechanics and could fix just about anything. They learnt their skills from their mom, who was the family mechanic. Wow! Look at that. I hope you're finding this book as interesting as I am. Let's see what else we can learn. Look out! The shiny aeroplane shaped like a giant cucumber is a lot bigger than your little plane. It's called a Zeppelin, and it's powered by lots of hydrogen gas and propelled by several engines. Long before passenger airplanes were invented, Zeppelins were the fastest way of traveling long distances. They were even used by the German army during the First World War to drop bombs over Britain. The Graf Zeppelin was one of the biggest airships ever made. It was over 230 meters long. That's longer than 23 buses in a row. Wow, that's pretty long. Check it out at the bottom. All those buses. Kind of gives you an idea. See those lush green islands below? You're flying above the Pacific Ocean, the place where famous pilot Amelia Earhart vanished without a trace. During her life, she broke many aviation records and charted new skies. She disappeared while she was attempting to fly around the world. Amelia Earhart's plane disappeared on the final stretch of her round-the-world flight. Though many people have searched for her plane, it has never been found. Wow. Have you ever heard of Amelia Earhart? Whoa! Make sure you have your earplugs handy. The sleek black plane that just zoomed past might look like an alien spacecraft, but it's the SR71 Blackbird, the fastest manned aircraft in the world. It set a speed record of 3,530 kilometers per hour, more than 3 times the speed of sound. It is one of the few planes in the world that can outrun missiles. The SR71 Blackbird flies so fast that it generates enormous amounts of heat, enough to melt a normal airplane. That's why its outer shell is made from titanium alloy, and pilots need to wear a type of spacesuit to fly it. Wow! Look at that. That's pretty interesting. Can you hear that loud whirring? Look behind you. A helicopter is on your tail. Helicopters or choppers are nimble aircraft that can fly directly up and down. The spinning blades provide the lift and propel the aircraft forward. And unlike your plane, which needs to keep moving to stay in the air, helicopters can hover in the one place. Because helicopters don't need a runway to take off or land, they can fly into places that planes can't reach. That's why they are often used in remote areas by police, search and rescue, and for medical transport. Wow. Oh, now here's some interesting facts. The blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean stretch beneath you. The waters off this coast form an area you won't find on a map, but unofficially, it's known as the Bermuda Triangle. Over the years, this area has been the site of many mysterious disappearances of planes and ships. Be careful, as more than 20 planes have vanished here. Wow. See the triangle right here? That's the area that the book is talking about. Some people think that the Bermuda Triangle is full of UFO activity and that aliens have abducted the missing planes and boats. But most scientists believe that bad weather and human error are the most likely causes for the disappearances. One of the most famous disappearances happened in 1945 when the 5 U.S. Navy bombers vanished while on a routine training flight. The rescue plane sent to investigate also disappeared. No trace of the 6 planes was ever found. Wow, that's pretty mysterious, isn't it? Wave to the people in the giant passenger plane. Modern passenger planes come in all sizes and fly thousands of people all over the world every day. The biggest jumbo jets can carry up to 500 people. Flying your own plane is fun, but it might also be nice to put your feet up and watch a movie while you travel. The Airbus A380 is the world's largest passenger aircraft. It is a double-decker plane with a huge wingspan, about 80 meters long, which is actually longer than the body of the plane. You can fit 70 cars on the wings of this plane. Wow! I never realized it was that long. My goodness. What an adventure. Check your flight plans and find your closest airport. Your plane needs refueling before your next flying adventure. Time to set your feet down on the ground for now. Wow, look at that. What a beautiful sunset over the water. What a fun book. And boy, wasn't that filled with a lot of information about aviation history. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this book with me. And I want you to remember that a good book and your imagination will take you anywhere. Until next time, bye.